Hello everyone, I am King Mac, and I would like to thank you all for watching this feature presentation on YouTube. Be sure to enjoy a hot fresh cheeseburger along with some french fries, a tasty milkshake, and a nice soft drink. Thank you for watching, and now here is our feature presentation of TT Burger game reviews on YouTube.
Yeah, let's go. Just take me now. She said I wanna feel.
What's up, my friends? How y'all doing today? You want some more game reviews, I see, eh? More TT Burger game reviews to be exact? Well, you come to the right place, because we have another episode of TT Burger game reviews here for you all. This is episode 216, part 1 of 1, once again. Yep, and we have another PlayStation 3 game here for you all here to look at a hack and slash game. And I've played a lot of hack and slash games in my life, man, like Dynasty Warriors, Devil Kings, and Heavenly Sword, God of War, and more and stuff like that. But there's one franchise I never talked about was the Drakengard franchise, and to be honest with you, my history with the Drakengard franchise is just, I didn't really play the first two Drakengard games because I didn't really find them very interesting. Until like I saw the third one come out here and stuff, and that's what kind of got me into the franchise there and stuff. And little did I know that I played the series Nier first before playing Drakengard, and I did not know that Nier was a spin-off to the Drakengard franchise here. And I'm only reviewing one of the games in the Drakengard franchise here today, and we got it right here. This is Drakengard 3 for the PlayStation 3, released on May 20, 2014, and this is one of the few PlayStation 3 games that comes in the blue case here like this, kind of to match the PlayStation 4 case and stuff like that there. And that's what it is there. And I will admit right now before I get started here that Drakengard 3 is a prequel to the first two Drakengard games, but it's kind of in its own universe, so you don't really need to play the other two games to kind of know the story in it and stuff like that. And that's why I don't really see the need to play the other two Drakengard games. Now, people like them, hey, more power to you and stuff. It's that when I played the first two, I didn't care for them, just like that's why I'm covering this one. Now, a lot of people who played this game played the game Nier, which was a spin-off of the Drakengard franchise, and I did play Nier. I couldn't really get into it that much. I found the game to be a little boring, just kind of like slow and stuff. It wasn't for me. But anyone who liked it, hey, I respect your opinion for sure. But Drakengard 3 was a great game. A lot of people hated it for reasons X, Y, and Z, but I enjoyed it. It was fun now without its flaws. It has some big ones here, big flaws here, but we'll talk about that in a little bit here. But let's get started, shall we? The story of Drakengard 3 is a prequel to the first Drakengard game, it takes place 100 years before the first game to be exact. Puts you in the role of Zero, who is an intoner. Intoner, like her, is a godlike being with magic abilities through song, and more, and much like her younger sisters 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All named after numbers. Interesting, for sure. Zero also has a dragon companion named Mikkel, who's annoying, but I'll get to that later. Zero is on a mission to kill her younger sisters. Why? I cannot tell you. If I do, I'll spoil the game. All I'll tell you is there's something fishy going on in the world of the introverts, and the story is very dark and deep, and probably the best part of Drakengard 3. But my main complaint is that some of the characters are very unlikable, especially Zero here herself. I mean, while I like the story and stuff like that, and stuff, while I like playing as her, she could be unlikable. She gets pissed off a lot, has no emotion, no feelings whatsoever, and stuff, and yeah. And like I said, you do not need to play the other games in the franchise because this is also kind of set of its own universe, and that works for me there definitely. And King Mac and Titania would enjoy it too, and also my friends Steph the Hyperlamia and R3D Gaming 2 would definitely enjoy it also. So shout out goes to them too because they're awesome. Presentation here, the graphics are a mixed bag. The cutscenes are fantastic, some of the best looking cutscenes, even though the lip syncing is not good with the English voice acting. The in-game graphics are very outdated. Zero looks great, and so does her sisters and Mikkel, but the enemy models look very low res and blocky, and environments are not that much better. There's a variety in the levels ranging from snow, forest, sand, and like castles, temples, and big variety and more, but even with the enemies on screen and a variety of them, they feel lifeless and dead. And also, Drakengard 3 has some frame rate issues that are noticeable, very noticeable. And sometimes when the game freezes due to the frame rate, it can last up to 5 or 6 seconds affecting the gameplay. And the game is gory, lots of blood, and if you want to see if the game has blood and this is it and stuff, the blood and the cutscenes look great, but the in-game blood looks like red jelly all over the place. And even when Zero gets blood on her clothes, it looks like jelly and Kool-Aid combined. Yikes. The moves you pull off look great, so the presentation is not all bad, but the English graphics really have an issue that they just do not look very good, and they look very outdated and stuff, especially the games that come before us, like Heavenly Sword and stuff, look better. The sound is better, but still somewhat a mixed bag. The music is really good, rockish, upbeat, and some of the songs have lyrics to them in Japanese, and I like the Japanese music. It's very upbeat and catchy, and I like it here. It fits. The voice acting, though, is the mixed bag part. The English voice acting is bad. The actors try way too hard to sound dark and emotional and angry, and it comes off as forced. Japanese voice acting is better and matches up to lip syncing, much better. But even with the Japanese, some characters like Mikael are ear raped and annoying, but still miles better than the English. But you have to buy it as DLC for $10. Why don't you need to pay for that? It should already be on the disc. And when you do have the Japanese audio, certain scenes like the opening preview cutscene and the DLC before the menu and stuff is in English, and only in English. And the lip syncing in the English is not good. Just stick with the Japanese audio and just pay the $10 for it. The gameplay in Drakengard 3 is fun, but it has some problems. This is a hack and slash game like Dynasty Warriors and Heavenly Sword and God of War and them, where you hack and slash the enemies to get the gold and XP to level up 0, and you fight tons of enemies in boss fights and more. While using your sword or spear weapons to eliminate them, you can upgrade your weapons and more. You go through the chapters broken up into parts and stuff where you progress the story and more. You have some crazy bloody special moves you can pull off through the civil controls, and the controls are simple and they work well. You can simply reach the end of the level, and that's what you do there. But you can also do some exploring as well to find treasure chests and gold coins by breaking boxes in certain environments, adding the term finders keepers, burger style, I guess you could say. Like I said, each chapter is broken up into parts, and you fight one of the sisters or other bosses at the end or so. The game is lengthy if you stop to do the side quests and more and stuff to get some more gold and level up 0 and stuff. And the side missions are fun, a great way to make some gold coins to buy new weapon upgrades and more. And during the game, Zero can ride on a dragon companion Mikael, and it can be fun, and while it's short and stuff, then it's fun to ride on the dragon and stuff, definitely. You also have allies along the way that'll help you on your journey and stuff. You have 4 allies and stuff that'll help you. And the boss fights are really intense and bloody too, so use your head and use it wisely. You can enter in tournament mode and go crazy, slashing the bad guys, leveling up and getting the gold and more and stuff, and upgrading your items. And you get into a tournament by having enough blood energy to kill the bad guys, and then you just press in the L3 and R3 buttons, and boom, there you go. The enemy AI is good and balanced for the most part, and if you like hack and slash games, this is for you. But now the negatives. The in-game graphics are not very good, along with the frame rate issues, the English voice acting, and some of the Japanese voice acting, and the fact that you have to buy this DLC and stuff is kind of a pain in the neck there, and the game can be a little too easy at times. The side missions, while fun, can be monotonous, especially you just have to replace certain ones to get the right amount of coins and gold and stuff. And this is a game where you need to play multiple times to get the best ending as well. So those who do not like to play the same levels over and over again, just different branches, it will be a turn-off. And also, some of the characters can be unlikable, like Zero and stuff like that, and the DLC only has English audio, Japanese audio not available for the DLC and stuff, but that's just me there. Final thoughts, if you like hack and slash games where you play the female protagonist and stuff, Drakengard 3 is the way to go. I give it an 8.5 out of 10 because of the problems I have with it, but it's a game that should not be overlooked at all. And that's pretty much all I gotta say there. If you like what you see here, subscribe, like, comment down below. Join my Discord group, TTBurger Gamers United, my Facebook group, TTBurger Gamers Group, along with my Facebook page to like called TTBurger88. If you have a request, just comment down below and I'll get to your request as soon as possible. Which all I gotta say is Tony, peace out, have a good day, and see you all on episode 217, part 1 of whatever we make. Take care, everybody.